What's up, you guys? James Taylor here, and in this video, I'm gonna be analyzing this data sheet that I found on Kaggle. The only thing I knew about this data sheet is that it's information, it's data on a car dealership and their cars. Because it shows the make of the car and then the price of the car, so it has to be a dealership. So I made a lot of videos on Excel functions like sum if, count if functions, and I'm gonna use those functions to analyze this data sheet here and kind of get an understanding of what this dealership does and what who's their target audiences are. So I use the count if function to count the total amount of cars. I use the sum if function to calculate to add up all the prices together to get the total prices of each car type. Then I use the average if function to calculate the average prices of each car types. I use the max if function to grab the max prices of each car, the highest prices of each car. Then I use the min if function to grab the lowest prices of each car type. So using these functions, I can gather that I also use the average function to calculate the average of the lot as a whole, and I use the sum function to add up all of the cars together, the car prices together. So using these functions, I can tell that this is a used car dealership, and I can tell that by the average car price. The average car price of the lot is $13,000, which clearly means that it's a used dealership because newer cars usually go for $20,000 and up. So to have a price this low, it has to be used. I can tell by the car types that they have. That they have 94 sedans, 67 hatchbacks. You can look at this and you can tell that their target audiences are, first time car buyers, people looking for cars for their kids, families on a budget, just people on a budget, just by the car types. And we look at the price averages: $21,000, $9,000, $14,000, $12,000, $22,000. These are all very affordable cars, which caters towards their target audience, which are people you expect to come into a used car dealership. When you come into a used car dealership, you're looking for, a good price on a car, affordable prices on a car. So speaking of affordable prices, let's look at the highest priced cars. These cars might take a little bit more time to get off of the lot because you're not usually looking to go into a used car dealership and spending $37,000, $22,000, $41,000, $45,000, $22,000, $28,000. That might not be best. Those might not be. Somebody might come in there and get those, feel like that's a good deal, depending on how many miles the car has and what year it is. But let's look at the 41,000, because you would assume that $41,000 car was going to take some time to get off of the lot. So I'm gonna use the XLOOKUP function in order to find the car. I'm not going to use VLOOKUP because VLOOKUP only looks up the columns on the right side. So for example, I'm trying to look up the price. It's only going to return me sedan, the body style, which is a sedan, and then the engine location, which doesn't really matter. I want all the information on the left side of the price. So I'm gonna use the XLOOKUP because it can look up information on both sides. So it would be equals XLOOKUP, and then we want the lookup value, which is going to be highest, the 41,000, and then the lookup array, which is going to be the price right here. And then we're going to look up the return array. We want to return all of this information on the left side of price. We want to be able to do this with the VLOOKUP, so that's why I'm using XLOOKUP. We're gonna copy this information right here. So the $41,000 car that's the sedan is a BMW gas 2-door. It has 182 horsepower. MPG, city MPG 16, highway MPG 22. So it's really not that good on gas. Horsepower is 182. That tells me that this is probably it's either a really older car or a lower model car, because all of you can get a newer used BMW now today, which is 2025 I mean, for a lot less. For like, you can get the newer cars have horsepower of up to 200, 250, and you can get those for a little bit cheaper price than 41,000. I've seen online you can get a horsepower of 200 for like 30,000, 35,000, which is way cheaper than this car. So this car is probably going to have trouble getting off the lot. So let's take a look at the cheaper version car. Let's look up the $5,500 car. Let's see what car that is. So we're going to equal VLOOKUP. Do another VLOOKUP. Lookup value 5,500. And then the lookup array, which is price. And then a return array. So we got a Nissan here, gas 2 doors, front wheel drive, and it has a horsepower of 69. City MPG 31, highway MPG is 37, so it's really good on gas. You could probably fill up your tank for like 25-30 bucks, while with this BMW it'll probably take like 40 to 60 bucks to fill up. So this car is probably going to be off a lot quick, depending on, the mileage, which I don't have. The mileage on both of these cars I don't have. So this is good on price. It's just not going to take you a lot of gas, this is what you expect when you come into a car dealership. Something that's affordable, good on gas. Nissan. So this probably going to sell as soon as they get it. Wow, this is going to take a couple of months to sell it. So I figured out all of this information just based off of using the Excel functions. I didn't know anything about this data sheet before I downloaded it. The only thing I knew that it was a dealership, and by using these Excel functions, I found out that it's a used car dealership. Their target audiences, I found that out, and I can figure out which cars are going to sell well or which cars are not going to sell well, just by using these functions, which shows how powerful these Excel functions are. That'll be it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please tune in for more videos.